Today on the show, we're going to tell you how to destroy your consulting business. Now, I'm not sure why you would want to destroy your consulting business. Maybe you never wanted to get into it in the first place. Maybe you're just sick of it. Maybe you don't want to run the business anymore. Well, I'm going to give you 5 steps to ensure that you destroy your business in a very short period of time. Now, if for some strange reason you want to grow your business, maybe you just want to do the opposite of the 5 points I'm going to describe. Point number 1. So with the first one, I want to make sure that if you want to destroy your business, that you start working with everybody and try and get everybody's attention. Because by doing that, you're going to run out of energy, and it's going to mean that you're not going to actually have any impact in any of your marketing, so no one is actually going to pay attention. The other great thing about working with everybody means you're going to have to get to do all sorts of different projects that are never going to have a compounding effect to make sure that you can do better every time you do the same project. So try and spread yourself thin, try and spread yourself out, and try and work with everybody and tell everybody that you can absolutely work with anybody as a client, because everybody needs your service. Number 2 is a great one. You just need to stop talking to people. So if you want to destroy your consulting business, just stop talking to prospects, stop talking to clients. Basically, don't return their calls. Just stop talking to them and you will run out of business in a very short period of time. Not only will you no longer get new clients coming in, but you won't get existing clients coming back for old work. You won't get the opportunity, by not speaking to them, you won't get the opportunity to find out what's happening with them right now. So if you don't know what's going on for them, you're not going to be relevant, you're not going to be contextual, which is fantastic if you're trying to destroy your business. So if you want to end your business, stop talking to people right now. Number 3 follows on from the second one, which is wait for them to call. You're going to wait for your existing clients to call you up to tell you that things are not working the way they should. You're not going to get ahead of any problems. You're not going to give them a call and be proactive at all. You're going to wait for them to call you, but you're also going to wait for new prospects and leads to contact you as well. You may have done some marketing at some point, but now is the time to just wait by the phone and hope that someone will call. But of course, you won't hope that someone will call because you're trying to destroy your business. So if you can wait for people to call, I'm sure you're going to be waiting just long enough for your business to run out of cash. And it's one of the fastest ways for you to go out of business. Number 4 is not knowing your numbers. So let's say, for instance, that you ignored some of the other things and you were wanting to speak to people, you were calling people proactively, you were potentially calling people back. Why would you do that if you're trying to destroy your business? But if you didn't know how many people you were contacting, if you didn't know how many people you need to speak to get the leads, to get the prospects, to get the sales, if you're not keeping any of those numbers, then it's a great way to absolutely not know how much activity you need to do. And so not knowing what's actually going on in your business, whether that be through the leads, engagement, and client acquisition side of the business, or whether that be the numbers on financially how you're going. We don't know how much money we're spending, we don't know how much money we're making, and we certainly have no idea how much profit we're making. If you don't know your numbers, it's fantastic, because it means that you're probably going to go out of business very, very soon. Now, if for some reason you accidentally find that there is cash in the bank, make sure you spend that money, because you never know when you're going to not need it again. So again, if we're trying to go out of business, make sure that you don't know your numbers, you don't know your financials, and you certainly don't know your sales numbers, because it's a really good way of not knowing what is going on. Now, for anyone who doesn't know who I am, my name is Russell Pearson, and for the last 30 years, I've been working in the areas of sales, promotion, and marketing. And for that, a lot of that time, I've been consulting to large companies and small individuals all around the world. And right now, I'm building a select consulting practice that enables me to work with who I want, when I want, anywhere in the world. Now, if you would like to build a business very much like that, then follow along and get some of the learnings from the things that we're sharing on these episodes every week in the Your Consulting Business podcast. Now, before we get on to number 5, if you want to avoid destroying your consulting business, and who would want to avoid doing that, you can go to russellpearsonprograms.com, and we have a free resource there. In fact, there's some new resources there that you can download absolutely free that are going to help you to grow your consulting business rather than destroy it. And finally, number 5, this reason is probably the reason why most businesses go out of business and why some businesses who were successful become irrelevant. So if you do want to destroy your consulting business, make sure that you don't do the next thing, which is to improve. So you want to make sure that you're not improving. You want to make sure that you're resting on your laurels, that you're not learning new things, and you're not staying up to date with trends and insights and where the industry is moving to. You certainly wouldn't be a leader in there, and you wouldn't be thought leading anything at all. So if you want to make sure that you stay irrelevant, if you want to make sure that you lose context with your market, if you want to make sure that you get completely out of touch, then stop improving, stop learning, stop getting better at what you do. I would certainly not suggest, if you wanted to destroy your business, that you should improve your consulting practice, which means improving how you deliver your outcomes, and certainly wouldn't improve on your own expertise to make sure that you were not only understanding what's happening currently within the market, but you actually understand what was happening for your clients, discovering new opportunities, discovering new problems to solve. Don't do any of those things if you want your company to fall apart. So if for some reason, for some crazy reason, you're interested in actually growing your business, then I would of course suggest doing the opposite of those things. So I'm going to grab my list actually. So instead of working with everyone, you would work with a very specific target market. It's going to make sure that your energy is going to be usefully applied throughout your efforts. It means you're not going to spread yourself thin. You're going to be very targeted. Instead of stop talking to everybody, you should be talking to people, because the shortest path to a new sale and to return sales is a conversation. So whether you're talking to your existing clients about new opportunities, whether you're talking to new prospects about how you can help them as well, the pathway that they need to go through as a consultant is going to be that conversation. That is your point of sale. So make sure you're having conversations if you're wanting to grow. Number 3 is wait for them to call. You know, a lot of consulting businesses are waiting on referrals. They're waiting for the phone to ring, and often they are waiting far too long before cash flow becomes an issue. So rather than waiting, we outreach. We go to the market and we start to engage with the market so we can help them in the ways that they need to be helped. Now, part of that is knowing who specifically, knowing where they are, knowing how to get into a conversation with them, and then make sure we reach out to speak to them on a regular basis. Number 4, not knowing your numbers. So if you want to grow your business, you've got to know what are the numbers that are coming into the business, so the sales and the leads numbers. We also need to know what is happening on the other end, which is the lag measurements. How much money are we making? What are the expenses that we're spending? And at the end of the day, how much profit we're making. We need to be across those numbers, because at the end of the day, business is psychomaths. It's a combination of mathematics and psychology. And if you are clear on the numbers that are actually happening within your business, you have clarity about what's going on in your business. And finally, number 5, stop improving. You know, it's a comment that I always say, school's never out for the professional. One of the great privileges we have of being in a business of expertise is that we get to keep learning over the years. So just because we got very good, in fact, we may be guru status within our space. We could be a complete market leader, yet the true market leaders that I know are still continuing to learn, develop, go to workshops, go to training, even into their 80s, because you know what? They're not looking to retire. They love what they're doing. They've made all the money they want. They're doing what they want to be doing, which is to help people and guiding people who have a problem and want to get to a successful outcome. So if that's you, maybe go and rewatch this video and actually look at how you can do the opposite of the things that I've mentioned. And if you're also interested, in the description below, we have a video that we shot recently that talks about how to set up and how to grow a consulting business that not only gives you the money that you want, but also gives you the fulfillment. Words. It'll give you the fulfillment. But what I love most about the Select Consulting mission that we've created is how to create one of these businesses that enables us to work with who we want, when we want, anywhere in the world. And that's what having an abundance of choices gives us. And that's what doing the things or doing the opposite of the things I talked about today will give you. My name is Russell Pearson. This is episode number 85 of the Your Consulting Business podcast. Until next time, stay passionate, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.